was murdered, but it was someone else who shot him. Perhaps I should better explain. You see, while the course of events ended here only moments ago, they began hours before. Others had all been called here by Mr. Walters. This is his house. Oh, and by the way, that's Mr. Walters over there. I know, it's rather complex, and perhaps I should take you back and let you see the course of events for yourself. I can never do the story justice in my own words. Imagine it's earlier this evening, and as I said, people have been called here by Mr. Walters. Oh dear, Mr. Walters. Mr. Walters. Ryan, you need to get up.
No, I'm supposed to be dead.
I know, but the audience came to watch a story unfold. You can't very well show the events of how you were murdered with you lying in the middle of the floor dead.
But I've been shot.
No, it's earlier now. You won't be shot for some time yet.
Do you think it'll be okay? They won't be mad if a dead man gets up and walks?
They'll understand. They came to see a story, not to watch you lie on the floor. Go ahead and get up.
I mean, I wasn't really prepared for this. I was expecting to be dead.
I know. It's for the best.
What do I do now?
Well, to start, just go wake me up.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. Well, as I said, several people had all been called here by Mr. Walters. This is Betty Dupree, an old flame of Mr. Walters. She still intends to marry him, but not for the right reasons. Jennifer Jones, Mr. Walters' business partner. And Lydia Comfrey, Mr. Walters' current fiancée. He loves her, and she loves his money. And finally, we have Preston Lavender, Lydia's friend. Well, enough said. There you have it. You've met everyone, and with that, I give you the murder of Stephen Walters.
Why should I know why we're here?
You're his business partner.
And you're his fiancé.
Oh, would you two quit your bickering?
And I certainly don't know why you're here.
Because I was the future Miss Walters far before you ever came along, dear.
Was is the key word there.
Please, ladies, please.
Oh, must you bring him everywhere?
I was invited just like you.
I'm sure you were.
As you may have gathered, these folks don't exactly get along. They never have, and to be quite honest, they're not the easiest of people to get along with.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
The audience.
That's just great. Go ahead and spoil the illusion.
I'm simply trying to...
You're ruining the story.
I'm just...
You've broken our pace.
I'm acting as the narrator, just as I'm supposed to.
Now what are you gonna do? Tell them how it ends?
They know how it ends.
What?
They know how it ends.
That's just great. This is supposed to be a mystery. How much of a mystery can it be when they know how it ends?
While it's true they know how it ends, they don't know who did it, only that it was done.
That's a big part of the mystery, isn't it?
It can be, but in this case the real mystery is who, not how.
And they don't mind knowing the end up front?
They're still here, aren't they?
That guy in the third row has shifted his seat 3 times already.
I think they're about to bolt.
They won't bolt if you guys stick to the script and keep the story moving along.
So it's our fault now.
Let's just get back to the story, okay? Thank you. Well, as I said earlier, there's no great love shared amongst any of these folks. To put it most bluntly, they hate each other. But in that hate is the one common thread that brings them here today. No matter how much they may despise each other, they all hate Stephen Walters even more.
I'm just not so comfortable with you talking to the audience like that. I don't understand it.
It's been done for thousands of years. It's called an aside.
Oh, what?
An aside. Theoretically, when I'm speaking to the audience, you aren't supposed to hear me.
But we're right here. How can we help but hear you?
You don't understand. Of course you can hear me, but you're supposed to go on as though you can't. You see, the aside gives me the opportunity as a narrator to speak to the audience. It's almost as though I'm having a personal conversation with each member of the audience. Shakespeare used asides all the time, like the chorus in ancient Greek plays.
But this isn't a musical.
Just because there's a chorus doesn't mean it's a musical.
And why would they have a chorus?
What I'm trying to explain.
Well, then will you get on with it? God, we have a story to tell.
Right. Story. Where were we?
You were explaining the purpose of the chorus to us?
This story, remember, with the murder and all?
You know, I don't feel like I can move on until you explain the purpose of the chorus to us. That aside thing you keep pulling.
I'll have to second that.
What are you doing here?
Want to hear what you guys were talking about?
Heavens, what about the audience?
They've already paid their money. Besides, how do they know that this is the show they came to see anyway?
Because we already told them it was a murder mystery.
Oh, yeah. But I still want to know what the chorus is for if it's not for singing.
Folks, please bear with us for one moment. I promise this won't take but a minute, and we'll get right back to our story. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, as I said earlier, as the narrator, I will often speak to the audience, much like the Greeks did in their plays thousands of years ago, but there they used what is known as a chorus.
But they didn't sing?
They may have, but they didn't have to. You see, it wasn't the delivery that was important, it was the message.
What was the message?
It would have to depend on the story. You see, what's important to understand now and how this relates to the asides you've witnessed today is why the chorus was there in the first place.
Well, why were they?
First and foremost, to keep the story moving forward.
Why not just let the characters tell the story through dialogue?
You probably could, but you see, if the story is very complex, it could take hours upon hours of dialogue just to set the stage for the events about to happen. But if someone, or a group of people, a chorus, were to fill in some of the background and details as the story goes along, the audience gets all the facts, and the most important parts of the story can be played out on stage through dialogue.
I don't get it.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The chorus, or in this case the narrator, provides important information that might not be readily apparent to the audience, but are important to the story as a whole.
You know what? It sounds like a way for you to upstage everyone and get some extra lines.
It's nothing like that. Everything I say has been carefully crafted by the playwright. Every line, stage direction, and aside has been thought out and written down, and in order for the story to work, it must be followed precisely.
You do seem to have a lot of lines. And some of your monologues are even leaning towards soliloquies.
That's not true.
No, then why is it that every time you're speaking, you roll on for hours, yet we all have to play round robin?
I'm just an actor doing my lines as written. But if you want to take issue with the quantity and occurrence of lines, talk to the writer.
Maybe you already did, and that's why you have all the good lines.
This is getting too ridiculous. We have a story to tell, and I think it'd be best if we got back to it.
Easy for you to say, what with having the lead role and all.
I don't have the leading role.
Oh no? Then who does?
Well, I mean, I would say it's Steve.
Steve is the lead, but he's dead.
Not yet, he isn't.
Yeah, not yet I'm not.
But he will be, and he hardly has any lines.
Yes, what about that? Even I have more lines than Steve.
Quantity of lines isn't the only factor in determining the leading role.
Now what are you talking about?
The number of lines is no criteria for calling someone the lead character.
Then what is?
The leading character gives all the other characters a reason to be here.
This is way too technical. I'm bored.
Okay, we've gone way off track again. Let's just get back to the story, the one the audience came to see, and try to entertain them to the best of our abilities. And remember, every part is important to the telling of the story, no matter how large or how small.
Was that shot at me?
No, I'm just trying to get the story back on track, and at the same time appease to your delicate actor egos.
Oh, okay then.
May I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're all okay with me being the narrator and speaking to the audience?
No, but yeah.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Now, where was I? Right, thank you. Actors. Well, as I said earlier, these people don't care much for each other. but they had all been called here by Mr. Walters for reasons yet unknown.
But I know why.
What are you doing?
I just felt it my responsibility, you know, as the star, to interject and draw some attention to myself.
The star? Now I've heard it all. Next you'll be telling us the only reason all these people are here is to see you. That's it. That is it!
Hey, people, please, calm down, Lydia. And you, get off stage. May I get you anything? May I get you anything? May I get you anything?
Are you talking to them or us?
To you, I'm the butler after all. May I get you anything?
Oh. No, I'm fine.
Anyone else?
I think I'd like a root beer.
What?
I'd like a root beer.
You're supposed to say no.
How's that?
When I say anyone else, you're supposed to say no.
I don't?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But I'm thirsty.
You need to get with it, Kendall. We got a story to tell after all.
But I really am thirsty.
You know what? So am I.
People.
Me too.
People.
Now that you mention it, I'm kind of thirsty too.
People.
I'm thirsty too, Gage.
People! What are you all doing?
You asked us if we were thirsty, and we said no.
As you should,
But we really are thirsty.
but you're not supposed to be. That's not a part of the script.
Oh, really? And what has been part of the script so far?
I don't think now is the time nor place to get into that. We must finish telling the story.
He's just right. We've got to get back on track.
And with that, I shall go.
I believe that's your cue, Kendall.
Oh, right. Gage, why were we called here in the first place?
To that, I am the butler, and I cannot say.
And as the narrator,
And to that, I do not know.
We've all been waiting here 10 minutes now, and we still haven't seen Steve. I just wonder if this is another of his practical jokes, and he isn't even here.
He wouldn't. Would he?
Of course he would. He loves to show us that he has complete control over every single one of us.
oh, well, he certainly doesn't control me.
I don't even know why you're here, dear.
I am here because Steve wishes me to be here, dear. And I'm pretty sure it's for more than just my presence.
What was that?
What was what?
That little comment just now.
Yeah, what was that?
Well,
Yes?
well, I was just trying to pull one of those aside things like Gage was doing earlier.
Oh, good heavens. This whole play has become one big farce. We may as well just stand around incessantly babbling for 15 minutes and send these kind people home.
Oh, what a spoil sport you are. I think you're just jealous
Jealous of what?
of my superior acting and ad-libbing ability that I've used to carry you and the rest of this cast through the entire play.
You've got to be joking.
I've seen you, all of you, looking at me in awe.
That stands for awful, right?
Right?
More superior ad-libbing skills, I see.
Wow. You need to apologize.
I won't.
Make him apologize.
Apologize to yourself.
Great! Just the police! Back up against the wall! I've got you all covered! I'm gonna shoot! Back up farther! Come on, let's go!
Police? You're not a cop.
I know. I just always wanted to say that.
Back up!
Well, I believe this is where you came in. Gunshots, body falling, butler with a gun. With a little mystery, a little suspense, and a little humor, this has been the murder of Stephen Walters. Thank you all for coming, and good night.